Hey, Peebly here, and I'm back with a new analysis video. Let's not waste any time and just get right into it. Today, we're going to be looking at Mango and Armada, specifically their sets in 2015 and 2016. In 2015, Mango had a decidedly negative record against Armada, losing 7 out of the 9 sets they played. In 2016, Mango turned it around and had a positive record against Armada, winning 7 out of 10 sets. So what changed? And with a player like Mango, can we even show that change with statistics? Let's give it a try. Let's talk Smash. Working on this video was far more complicated than my previous Hungrybox and Mango video. For one, I wasn't just concentrating on one player. I needed to log stats about both Armada and Mango. For two, Mango and Armada use multiple characters. Between 2015 and 2016, they used 5 characters. 5 characters and 6 separate matchups. Different characters, different moves, different playstyles, and a ton of things to count. In 2015, Mango and Armada faced off at 6 tournaments and played 9 sets. Apex 2015, Beast 5, 3 times at I'm Not Yelling, CEO, twice at What the Fox, and once at the first Smash Summit. 36 games were played. Mango won 12 and Armada 24. Armada walked away with 7 set wins over Mango's 2. In 2016, Mango and Armada faced off at 6 tournaments and played 10 sets. Twice at Genesis 3, Battle of the 5 Gods, Smash Summit 2, Get On My Level, twice at What the Fox 2, and 3 times at the Big House 6. This time round, 41 games were played. Mango won 23 and Armada 18. This time, Mango came out on top, taking 7 set wins out of a possible 10. Let's start with the most basic information: average stock time and average death percent. Across all characters and across all matchups in 2015, here are the basic stats for Mango and Armada. Armada's average death percent was 122.6 and his average stock length 54.1 seconds. Mango's average death percent was 115.4 and his average stock length 48.8 seconds. Moving on to 2016, Armada's average death percent decreased to 118 and his average stock length fell to 52 seconds. 2016 Mango was on the rise, with an increased average death percent of 118.4 and an increased average stock length, clocking in at 51.3 seconds. Although a difference of a few seconds might not seem like much, we've seen time and time again that in Smash, every second counts, every percent matters. If you still have a stock, you're still in with a chance. So a decrease in Armada's average stock length and average death percent, coupled with a rise in Mango's, is our first clue as to the change in results from 2015 to 2016. As we start getting into more detail, it's important to discuss character use. As we can see, in 2015, Mango split his characters pretty evenly between Falco and Fox, using Fox 19 times and Falco 15. In an attempt to offset Armada's chain grab on Final Destination, Mango used Captain Falcon twice. Armada used Peach 2/3 of the time, using Fox for the remaining third. Let's take a look at the matchup spread. In 2015 there were 5 matchups: Fox Peach, Falco Peach, Captain Falcon Peach, Falco Fox, and the Fox Ditto. Out of the 15 Fox and Peach matches, Armada won 11 and Mango 4. In Falco Peach, after 7 matches, Armada won 5 and Mango 2. Captain Falcon Peach saw Armada win 2 out of 2 matches. Falco Fox was the only matchup that Mango had a positive record in, winning 5 out of 8 games. In the Fox Ditto, Armada won 4 out of 5 games. Cut to 2016 and we can see a clear difference in both character use and results. 2016 Armada concentrated much more on his Peach play, using her for 34 games out of a possible 41, 83%. He used Fox for 7 games, or 17%. Similarly, in 2016 Mango also focused more on one character, his fox, using him for 36 games, 88% of the time. He only used Falco and Captain Falcon once, and introduced his Marth, which he used for 3 games. When we look at the matchup results from 2016, we can see a big difference in how the games played out. Although Armada still came out positive in the Fox matchup when using his Peach, winning 16 out of 29 games, he had a negative matchup spread against Mango's Falco, Marth, and especially Fox. Out of the 7 Fox Dittos Mango and Armada played, Armada lost all 7. No wonder Mango proclaimed himself
I'm the Fox Ditto Master. Damn, I get it now.
Although, he did this a year before he actually did become the Fox Ditto Master, and at the same tournament where his Fox was 2-stocked by Armada's. But, moving on. Since What the Fox 2, Armada has refrained from bringing out his Fox against Mango. It could be that he's going to be playing Peach, and only Peach, against Mango, at least for the foreseeable future. Let's take a closer look at Armada and Mango's characters. Armada's Peach. These are stats across all matchups. In 2015, average death percent was 124.5, and average stock time 56.6 seconds. Armada averaged out at 5.4 grabs a game, with an average SD per game of 0.04. That equates to 1 SD stock out of 24 4-stock games. When Armada won with Peach, he had on average 1.67 stocks remaining. 2016 Armada had an average death percent of 118.6 and an average stock time of 54.1 seconds. Grabs averaged out at 5.4 again, and SD per games rose slightly to 0.06. That's 2 SDs in 34 4-stock games. When Armada won, he won with an average of 1.6 stocks remaining. Little change from 2015. Next up, we'll be looking at Armada's missed techs. In 2015, Armada Peach missed 1.7 techs on average per game. 2016 saw Armada's missed techs increase to 2 on average per game. Turnips. Vegetables are good for you, as Armada proved in 2015, where he used on average 11.3 per game. Armada's turnip accuracy was 14.15%, meaning that the turnip hit, causing knockback and damage. Average turnip damage per game was 12. Of the turnips that Armada pulled, 1.75% were stitch faces. 2016 Armada pulled less turnips, 10.9 per game on average, but he increased his accuracy with them, landing 22.01% of all turnips. Average turnip damage increased to 24.4%, and so did his stitch face pull rate to 2.2%. Let's talk stitch faces. As you can see on this nice diagram that Reddit user Caramel Center made, a stitch face should be plucked out of the ground 1.711% of the time. Compare that to Armada's actual rate, and we can see that he's not as lucky as some say he is, at least against Mango. We're going to move on to looking at Peach's specific moves next, namely her dash attack and down smash. One, a devastating combo starter, and the other, just devastating. 2015 Armada averaged 5.1 successful dash attacks per game. He down smashed an average of 5.2 times per game, and those down smashes on average netted him 60.5% worth of damage on Mango. 2016 saw a decrease in successful dash attacks to 4.2 per game. Armada actually attempted down smashes more in 2016, with an average of 7 per game, and this increase in attempts saw an increase in average damage to 72.8% per game. Next up, it's Falco, Mango's bird buddy. Despite using him for 42% of games in 2015, Mango only used him once in 2016, making any sort of comparison pointless, as the dataset is so small. But I collected the data, and I'll be damned if I don't show you it. So let's take a look at 2015 Falco. In 2015, Mango's Falco died on average at 106.6%, lived for 48 seconds, and grabbed 1.7 times a game. He also SD'd quite a lot, 0.27 times on average per game. When Falco won a game, he had 1.6 stocks remaining on average. 2015 Mango Falco missed on average 4.4 techs per game, and when playing against Armada's Fox, got hit by 2.2 up airs per game. He didn't SDI any of these. On the one hand, I'm bummed that Mango didn't use Falco so much in 2016 because I spent so much time counting his lasers in 2015. On the other, I'm glad I didn't have to count any more of Falco's lasers. Notes on this laser data. I didn't count lasers between stocks where Mango hops around and fires them off. I only counted lasers that had a target. This is the same with Fox. Mango Falco fired an average of 39.3 lasers per game, with 44.6% of those being accurate. Accurate in this case meaning a direct hit or a hit on shield. On top of that, Mango averaged 0.4 down air spike kills per game. Since I counted this and I didn't really know where else to put it, I'm going to tell you about it now. Armada managed to power shield 17% of all Falco's accurate lasers, so we're not quite at the level yet where Falco's lasers become unviable. Let's compare Fox's. These stats are for Fox in general. Fox Peach, Fox Falco, Fox Fox. We'll take a look at the Fox Ditto specifically later in the video. In 2015, Armada's Fox died at an average of 119.5% and lived for an average of 50 seconds. He grabs 4.9 times per game on average and SD'd 0.17 times per game on average. That rounds out to about once every 5 games. When he won a game, he won pretty convincingly with 1.89 average remaining stocks, higher than his Peach. 2016 Armada's Fox died at an average of 115.5% and lived for 44.1 seconds on average. That's a pretty substantial difference. Armada also grabbed a lot more, 7.1 times per game on average. His average SD per game also fell to 0.14, and there's no data on his average stock remaining for a win because he didn't win any games. Let's cross over to Mango. In 2015, Mango's Fox lived until an average of 119.7% and his average stock time was 52.5 seconds. He grabbed 3.4 times per match and SD'd 0.22 times per game. When he won, it wasn't by much. 1 stock was his average remaining stock count for a win. It basically means if he won as Fox, he only ever had 1 stock left. 2016's data shows that Mango's average death percent fell, as well as his average stock time, to 114 and 49.3 respectively. Mango did grab more, 4.8 times a game, and also SD'd more, 0.25 times a game, once every 4 games. When Mango won, he won with 1.6 stocks remaining on average. Let's move on to Tex and Smash DI. 2015 Armada Fox missed on average 6.3 techs per game, and was hit by Mango's up air twice a game on average. He Smash DI'd 12.5% of these successfully. In 2016, we can really see the cracks appearing in Armada's Fox. He missed on average 11.4 techs per game. That's almost double the amount he missed in 2015. He was also hit by way more up airs, 4.7 on average per game. Armada managed to SDI 18.2% of these. What these stats could show is rust. The Fox isn't looking as honed or as polished or as practiced as it was in 2015. On the Mango side of things, 2016 Mango Fox missed an average of 6.9 techs per game and got hit by Armada Fox's up air 2.1 times per game on average. He DI'd 2.5% of these. 2016 Mango is looking more polished in the tech department, only missing 4.9 techs on average per game. He did fall victim to Armada's up air more, getting hit 3.1 times per game, but he also increased his DI percent to 15.8. Finally, we're going to move on to Fox specific moves, up airs and shine spikes, not lasers. Remember, this data is for all Fox matches. Mango's average laser damage per game is going to be higher because he uses the laser when he fights Peach. Armada's is going to be lower because you don't laser so much against Falco and Fox. So I haven't included this data, it's irrelevant. We'll take a closer look at it when we compare specific matchups. On average per game, Armada landed 3.3 up airs on Mango with his Fox, and also killed with a shine spike once every 2 games. In 2016, he got less up airs, and he got less shine spikes. 2015 Mango, on average per game, got 2.1 up airs on Armada, and 0.05 shine spikes. 2016's numbers show an improvement here, 3.1 up airs and 0.19 shine spike kills. Now we're going to compare Armada and Mango's foxes directly, the Fox Ditto. In 2015, Armada had the edge on Mango in all general stats. His average death percent was higher, and his average stock time was significantly higher, 66.4 seconds to Mango's 50.5. He grabbed more than Mango too. In 2016, we see Armada's average death percent still higher than Mango's, but his average stock time is lower than Mango's. He still grabbed more than Mango, but Mango also increased his average grab rate. Both Armada and Mango SD'd more than they did in 2015. When looking at missed text in 2015, we see that Armada misses 3.6 less than Mango on average per game. Armada was also better at hitting up airs and getting smash DIs on Mango's up airs. 2016 saw Armada's missed text dramatically increase, and saw his average up airs fall too. While Mango's average up air hits were more than double what they were in 2015, Armada's smash DI percent has also fallen, while Mango's has risen to match Armada's 2015 rate. Finally, let's look at the Fox Ditto stats for Fox specific moves. In 2015, Armada mostly ignored the laser in the Fox Ditto, averaging out at 3.6 damage per game. He didn't ignore shine spikes, and killed Mango's Fox with them on average 0.5 times a game. Mango did 10.8 damage a game with lasers, and failed to kill with a shine spike once. 2016 saw Armada lasering less, and killing with shine spikes less too. Mango also lasered less, but increased his shine spike kills dramatically to 0.7 on average per game. We can clearly see that Mango has gained the edge in the Fox Ditto. He hits more techs than Armada, he kills Armada with shine spikes more, and he hits him with more up airs.
I'm the Fox Ditto master.
I won't get into much detail regarding Captain Falcon and Marth, as there's nothing to compare the Marth to, and like with Falco, the 2016 Captain Falcon dataset is tiny, not to mention the 2015 dataset isn't much bigger. 2 games. Total 3 games. It's pointless to compare. Before we move on to looking at stages, I want to take a quick look at the most played matchup between 2015 and 2016. Fox versus Peach. In 2015, against Fox, Armada's Peach survived on average to 126.9% and lived for an average of 55.6 seconds. Armada grabbed 4.3 times an average per game and SD'd 0.08 times a game. That's 1 total SD. Mango's Fox lived on average to 115.8% and an average of 50.1 seconds. As Fox, he SD'd 0.27 times per game. In 2016, Armada's average death percent and stock time both went down to 120.1 and 55.1 respectively. Armada grabbed more in 2016 too, an average of 5.8 times a game. 2016 Mango's average death percent and average stock time both rose to 118.7 and 52.3 seconds. He grabbed way more in 2016 too, 4.4 times per game on average, but he did kill himself just as much as he did in 2015. Looking at Armada's smash DIs and missed techs in 2016, we can see an increase in how often he failed to tech, and a large decrease in how often he smash DI'd Mango's up airs. 2015 Armada had a godly 42.3% smash DI rate on Fox's up air. In 2016, Armada had a still very good 29.48 success rate. Very good, but decreased. Mango's Fox looked a lot more on point in 2016, only missing 3.5 compared to 2015 Fox's 5.9. As expected, Mango's decrease in failed techs also led to a decrease in the number of dash attacks Armada was able to pull off in 2016. In 2015, he averaged at 5.3 dash attacks per game. 2016 Armada only gets 3.7 on average per game. Perhaps to compensate for this, Armada increased his down smash attempts in 2016, and as a result, also increased his average damage, quite significantly, to 74.9 per game. A quick look at turnip info shows us that although Armada pulled less turnips in 2016, he was more accurate with them, and able to cause more damage on average. I'm aware that turnips, apart from stitches, aren't used to cause damage and are primarily used for edgeguards, but don't forget, a successful hit can lead to a successful edgeguard. 2016 Mango concentrated on lasering less than his 2015 Fox counterpart. This is interesting to me. Perhaps attempting to space with lasers was actually hurting Mango's game and opening him up to more dash attacks. Looking at these Fox Peach stats, we can once again see that Armada was looking less polished in 2016, more missed techs, less smash GI, shorter stocks, and less combo starting dash attacks. Let's move on to looking at stages. First, stage striking, the stage that the set starts on. In both 2015 and 2016, Mango and Armada always started on either Battlefield, Dreamland, or Fountain of Dreams. In 2016, Dreamland fell out of favour, being only chosen once. Counterpicks. In 2015, Armada chose to counterpick on Battlefield once, Dreamland twice, Final Destination 5 times, and Pokemon Stadium once. Mango chose to counterpick Battlefield, Pokemon, and Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's being his preferred counterpick, as he chose it 13 times. 2016 saw Armada losing more, and as a result, counterpicking more. He chose to fight 4 times on Dreamland, 9 on Final Destination, once on Fountain of Dreams, and twice on Pokemon Stadium. 2016 Mango counterpicked Yoshi's Story every time. I had to triple check this information because it seemed impossible. How could he always pick Yoshi's Story? If he wins there, he can't pick it again. So how does he pick it 15 times and still win sets? I know it sounds strange, but I can assure you, Mango always picks Yoshi's. Let's look at some example sets to show this phenomenon. Big House 6, Grand Final Set 2. It's a 5-game set. Mango takes the first game, and Armada counterpicks to Final Destination and wins. Mango counterpicks to Yoshi's Story and loses. He counterpicks there again and wins. Then, the final match on Dreamland leads to a Mango victory.
No, but wait a minute! He just comes down from the platform and gets a grab on the top!
Another example. Battle of the Five Gods, losers finals. Mango wins the first game on Battlefield. He then wins the second on Dreamland. After losing on Final Destination, he chooses Yoshi's Story. He loses. He chooses Yoshi's Story again. He wins.
And he counts it! Mango's up on his feet!
Mango taking it over.
One final example. Smash Summit 2, losers final. Mango loses on FD, then on his counterpick Yoshi's, then on Yoshi's again. He gets 3-0'd. Due to circumstances like this, Mango never once chose any other stage than Yoshi for his counterpick, and didn't have to. Despite this, he won 7 sets. This got me thinking about the importance of Game 1. If Mango loses Game 1, he's a lot less likely to have the cushion of being able to choose Yoshi's twice. So take a look at this. In 2015, Mango wins the first game of the set 4 times out of 9. When he does win the first stage, he wins the set 50% of the time. Armada won the first stage 5 times out of 9, and when he did, he won 100% of sets. 2016 saw Mango win the first stage in 6 out of 10 sets, and when he did take the first stage, he won the whole set 100% of the time. Armada took the first stage 4 times, and managed to convert it into 3 set wins, 75%. We're going to circle back to this in the video's conclusion, so for now, let's move on. In 2015, Mango and Armada played on Battlefield 5 times, Dreamland 7 times, Final Destination 5 times, Fountain of Dreams 2 times, Pokemon Stadium 4 times, and Yoshi's Story 13 times. 2016 saw 5 games on Battlefield, 5 on Dreamland, 9 on Final Destination, 5 on Fountain of Dreams, and 2 on Pokemon Stadium. Yoshi's Story was again the most played stage by far, with 15 games. Battlefield, the only stage that Mango has a positive win rate on for 2015 and 2016. Out of the 5 games played here in 2015, Mango won 3 to Armada's 2. In 2016, he won all 5 games played here. Impressive. Let's delve deeper into matchup stats. We can see that in 2015, Armada won both Peach Fox games here, but faltered in the Falco Peach and Falco Fox matchup, and the Fox Ditto. In 2016, Armada only used his Peach once on Battlefield, in a game which he lost. He also lost all 4 games of the Fox Ditto that he and Mango played here. If I was Mango, this would be the stage I would counterpick if Yoshi's was off the table. Dreamland. 2015 saw 7 games played here, with Armada bringing home 5 and Mango 2. 2016 saw a decrease to 5 games and a swing in the results, Mango winning 3 and Armada winning 2. 2015 saw Armada win both his Fox Peach and Falco Peach matches on Dreamland. When he used his Fox against Mango's Falco, he lost twice. Armada also won both of the Fox Dittos played here. Cut to 2016 and Armada still has the upper hand on this stage with the Peach-Fox matchup, winning 2 out of 3 games on Dreamland. Again, the Fox Ditto wasn't kind to Armada and he lost both Fox Dittos played on Dreamland in 2016. Keep this in mind as we move on. Final Destination. This stage is Mango's bane. Peach's chain grab here is so lethal that he often uses secondaries against Armada. In 2015, there was no bright spot for Mango. Despite the Captain Falcon counterpick, after the 5 games played here, Mango lost all 5. In 2016, Mango finally managed to take some games on Final Destination, winning 3 out of 9 games. Let's take a look at the matchup spread. In 2015, Mango didn't even try using his Fox on this stage, opting to use Falco 3 times and Captain Falcon twice, losing each time. 2016 Mango tried 5 times to win on FD with his Fox, and succeeded once, Game 5 in winners semis of the Big House 6. Again, he tried the Captain Falcon counterpick, but again he was unsuccessful. It is with his Marth where Mango found the most success, winning 2 out of 3 matches. We have yet to see if this Marth counterpick will continue. Mango brought the Marth out for the first time at What the Fox 2. Since then, he's faced Armada at 2 tournaments and 5 sets. Big House 6 and Genesis 4. The Big House 6 saw Mango go all Fox for his matches against Armada, and Mango didn't use Marth during Genesis, where he faced Armada on Final Destination during his winners semis match. He opted for Fox. In Grand Finals, he was 3-0'd by Armada, so the FD counterpick never came out. It goes without saying that winning on a stage he never used to win on is a key reason that Mango is able to win more sets in 2016. Before we move on to the next stage, I want to talk about Armada's chain grabs. In 2015, on Final Destination, Armada managed to pull off 9 chain grabs. That averages out to 1.5 per game. The average damage pulled off via chain grabs per game was 108.6. After the 9 chain grabs, 44.4% ended with Mango losing his stock. Initially, the 2016 chain grab stats for Armada look good. 1.83 average chain grabs per game and an average of 127.2 damage per game. The stat where Armada fell short though was on his conversions, his kill percent. In 2016, only 27.3% of chain grabs on FD resulted in Mango losing his stock. Fountain of Dreams. The second least played stage behind Pokemon Stadium, 2015 saw Mango and Armada play here twice, with Armada winning both matches. In 2016, Armada won 3 out of the 5 matches. The stage is all Fox Peach in both 2015 and 2016. Pokemon Stadium. The least played stage out of all 6. A total of 6 games were played on this stage between 2015 and 2016. 2015 saw 4 games, 3 going to Armada and 1 to Mango. 2016 saw Mango take both games played here. The most interesting thing about the matchup charts for this stage is that Mango used Falcon in 2016. Mango only used Falcon 1 time in 2016, it was on this stage, and he won. I wonder why Mango opted to use Falco so little in 2016. The last time he used Falco properly was at Smash Summit in 2015, where he managed to take Armada to Game 5. Yoshi's Story. Mango and Armada's most played stage in both 2015 and 2016, due to Mango's habit of counterpicking it every time. If he loses here, he goes here again. In 2015, Armada had a slight edge on this stage, winning 7 out of 13 games. Mango edged out 2016 with 8 wins over Armada's 7. 2015 was a year of many different matchups on Yoshi's Story. Armada edged out the Fox Peach matchup by 1 game and went even in Falco Peach and Falco Fox. 2016 saw Armada and Mango stick to their mains. All 15 games were Fox and Peach. Mango edged it out by 1 game. The time has come to conclude this video proper. So why did Mango manage to clutch out so many sets against Armada in 2016? What I'm finding is that the answer might not be Mango. It could be Armada. 7 Fox Ditto losses, with 4 of them being Game 1. In 2016, when Mango wins Game 1, he wins the entire set 100% of the time. What if Armada hadn't used Fox? We can see from the data, such as Tex, that Armada's Fox was sloppier in 2016 than it was in 2015. Every set that Armada used Fox in, he lost. 4 out of 4. Take away the Fox dittos from the equation, and Armada is up on Mango in games during 2016. 18-16, 52.9% to 47.1. That's very similar to Hungrybox's win rate against Mango, which he managed to convert into 11 set wins out of 19. We'll never know how things would have turned out if Armada went complete peach in 2016. It could have changed nothing. But these stats show that Armada's Fox was not playing on point like it was in 2015 in 2016. Let's not take any credit away from Mango. His Fox was playing better in 2016, pure and simple. He also had better resolve. In 2015, Mango gave up 4 times, just forfeiting his remaining stocks and jumping off the stage. In 2016, he only did this once. The evidence of Mango's improvement is right there in the statistics, particularly his Tex. As I mentioned before, Mango is a random player. He plays with less of a game plan than other players. But nobody wants missed Tex. Every player wants to hit those Tex. This decrease in missed Tex cannot be overstated. Peach lives on them. A missed Tech leads to a dash attack, which leads to another dash attack, or a chain grab, or an insane combo, which leads into a loss of a stock, which leads to a sad Mango. On top of his Techs, Mango was also more successful with his Smash DI. He was 6 times more successful with this in 2016 than in 2015. Mango grabbed more in 2016, and when he won more convincingly. He had an average of 1.47 stocks remaining for a win across all his characters. And when using Fox specifically, he won with an average of 1.6 stocks remaining. Compare this to 2015, where all of his characters averaged out 1.3 remaining stocks for a win, and his Fox just had 1 stocks remaining for a win. We can also give Mango credit for finally cracking the Final Destination code. 2016 saw him win there twice with his Muff, and also once with his Fox, although he's yet to repeat this feat in the 4 sets that have been played since he last won on FD with Fox. That's 4 sets where he hasn't used Marth either. So it will be interesting to see if Mango brings back the Marth to 2017. What is important is that Mango has proved he can win on FD. He can win with Marth, and he can win with Fox. As my dad used to say, as he turned off my Nintendo 64 without letting me save. If you can do it once, you can do it again. So there you have it, Mango and Armada. Although Mango took the edge in this rivalry in 2016, if the start of 2017 is anything to go by, Mango is going to have a tough time maintaining his positive record this year, as Armada continues to make the case that he is the greatest of all time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. In 2014, if Hungrybox does not manage to get a rest, he loses 100% of the time, a 0% win rate. If he lands 1 rest, then his win rate goes up to 50%, and increases again to 57% if he lands 2 rests. In 2015, if Hungrybox lands 0 rests, he wins 17%.